Picture this. You're next in line at TSA. Your boarding pass is in your hand. You've flown dozens of times before, and you packed your medications exactly the way you always have. Then, the conveyor belt stops. A TSA officer pulls your bag aside. Within minutes, your medications are spread across the inspection table while passengers walk past you. 20 minutes later, your gate is boarding without you. Here's the frustrating part. Most people who end up in this situation aren't carrying anything illegal. They're carrying perfectly legal medications that trigger extra screening because of how they're packed, stored, or declared. If you're over 60, there's a good chance at least one of these items is already in your carry-on. Today, I'll show you 8 medications and medication-related items that are causing the most problems at TSA checkpoints, what agents are looking for, and exactly how to avoid delays, extra screening, and missed flights. Some of these will surprise you. Before jumping into number 8, and don't skip the number 1 item, it isn't a controlled substance. It isn't an opioid. In fact, thousands of seniors travel with it every single day without realizing it can create one of the longest TSA inspections at the airport. Let's get started. That is exactly what happened to a 71-year-old woman traveling from Houston to see her grandchildren. She had been flying for decades. She knew the rules, or at least she thought she did. She ended up missing her flight. Not because she did anything wrong, but because TSA rules around senior medications have changed significantly, and nobody told her. I want to make sure that does not happen to you. Welcome back to Jet Lag Genius. Today we are walking through 8 types of medications that are now triggering extra screening and even confiscation at TSA checkpoints. These are common medications, things you may have carried on a plane many times before without any issue. But the rules have quietly shifted, and the people getting caught off guard the most are travelers over 65. So let us take this one at a time. Nice and easy. And I want you to really absorb each one because the details here are what matter. Let us start with number 8 on our list. Number 8 is over-the-counter pain relievers when they are packed in large quantities or loose containers. Now I know what you are thinking. It is just Advil. It is just Tylenol. But here is the thing. When TSA screening equipment scans your bag and sees a large pile of loose tablets, it cannot automatically tell what those tablets are. If you bought a big bottle to save money and then transferred pills into a zip bag or a generic container that looks suspicious to their system, you could be pulled aside and questioned. The simple fix is to keep original packaging with the label clearly showing. Only bring what you actually need for your trip, plus a small backup supply. Put the rest in your checked bag. Easy. Number 7 is powdered supplements over 12 ounces. This includes things like fiber supplements, protein powders, collagen, and electrolyte mixes. TSA has a rule that any powder in your carry-on that exceeds 12 ounces can be pulled out, opened, and tested. And they have expanded what they consider a powder subject to that rule. Even if you have flown with your daily fiber supplement for years, they may now stop you and run a test on it. The good news is, this one is easy to handle. Keep each container under 12 ounces. Place powders in a separate bin when you go through screening, the same way you would with your laptop or shoes. That small act of separating them proactively signals to agents that you know what you are doing, and it speeds everything up. Number 6 is liquid medications that have not been declared before screening. Most people know about the 311 liquid rule, 3.4 ounces or less in a clear bag, 1 bag per person. But here is where a lot of travelers over 65 get tripped up. Medically necessary liquids are allowed to exceed 3.4 ounces. However, you must verbally declare them before your bags go through the scanner. If you just toss your liquid medication into the bin and send it through, an agent may treat it like any other oversized liquid and confiscate it. A 70-year-old heart patient had her nitroglycerin liquid taken at a major airport because she assumed the prescription label would be enough. It was not. The fix is one simple sentence. When you reach the officer, say clearly and calmly, "I have medically necessary liquids over 3.4 ounces to declare." That is it. Those words change everything. Number 5 is injectable medications without proper documentation. We are talking about insulin, epinephrine pens, blood thinners, and any other medication you inject. TSA now wants to see proof that these are medically necessary. That means original pharmacy labels that are still readable, a printed prescription, or a doctor's letter. If your labels have worn off from being in a cooler or a travel bag, you can be detained. A diabetic traveler showed up with 3 months of insulin properly stored, but the labels had faded from moisture. He spent 90 minutes in secondary screening. Here is your action plan. Before your trip, photograph every single prescription label with your phone. Keep those photos easy to access. Carry a 1-page letter from your doctor listing every injectable medication, the dose, and the medical condition it treats. Include your doctor's phone number on that letter. At security, say, "I am traveling with injectable medications and syringes for a medical condition, and I have documentation ready." Then hand them the letter. Number 4 is pills stored in daily pill organizers without original bottles. I have to be honest here because this one is going to surprise a lot of people. Those weekly pill organizers that have a little compartment for morning and evening doses each day, TSA actually dislikes those for carry-on screening. When your medications are not in labeled original bottles, agents cannot quickly verify what the pills are. A retired school teacher had her organizer stopped in Chicago. 7 different prescriptions, all completely legal, but with no labels. TSA spent nearly 2 hours calling her pharmacy to verify each pill individually. She missed her flight. Here is the workaround. Keep your organizer if it makes your life easier, but also carry the original prescription bottles, or at minimum, take clear photos of each bottle label. If asked, say, "These are my daily prescription medications, and here are the original labels for verification." For controlled substances like pain medications, original bottles are not optional, always. Number 3 is CBD and hemp-based products. This one causes a tremendous amount of confusion because so many states have made these products legal, and they are marketed widely for pain, sleep, and anxiety. But TSA operates under federal law, and at the federal level, CBD still exists in a gray area. The issue is that TSA agents cannot verify the exact THC content of a product just by looking at it. So if your CBD cream or oil or capsule is not explicitly labeled with 0% THC, they can take it. A 73-year-old woman with arthritis had her CBD pain cream confiscated at a Denver airport, even though she had purchased it legally in that same state. The safest approach is to only fly with products that clearly state 0% THC on the label with original packaging intact. If you are traveling internationally, do not bring any CBD at all. Many countries treat it the same as other controlled substances, and the penalties can be very serious. Number 2 is aerosol medications and sprays that exceed 3.4 ounces. Now, your standard rescue inhaler is just fine. That is not what we are talking about here. We are talking about larger aerosol containers. Topical lidocaine sprays, medicated body sprays, prescription aerosol treatments. TSA used to give more flexibility to these when they had a prescription label. That flexibility is mostly gone now. They are treated like other liquids. If the container is over 3.4 ounces and you have not declared it, it can be confiscated. A woman with chronic back pain had her prescription lidocaine spray taken at LAX, even though she had flown with it for 3 years before that. She had no idea the rules had tightened. Check your spray containers before you pack. If the size is over 3.4 ounces, it either needs to go in your checked luggage, or you need to declare it as a medically necessary aerosol. Your pharmacist can often provide or recommend a travel size version that falls under the limit. ask before your trip. Number 1 on our list is compounded, or custom medications without pharmacy documentation. Compounded medications are prescriptions made specifically for you by a specialty pharmacy. They are completely legal and often essential. But their labels can look different from standard pharmacy labels. Sometimes they are printed on plain paper. Sometimes the container looks more plain or basic. To a TSA agent who has never seen one, it can look unofficial or even homemade. A retired couple had custom hormone creams taken from them, even though they had valid prescriptions. The agent said the packaging did not look standard. They ended up paying several $100s for emergency medical visits at their destination. If you use compounded medications, here is what you do. Ask your compounding pharmacy to write a letter on their letterhead confirming the medication, the dosage, and that it was prepared for you by their licensed facility. Include the pharmacy's phone number. Keep everything in the original container from the pharmacy. At security, say, "This is a compounded prescription from a licensed pharmacy, and I have documentation from my doctor and pharmacist." And here is a truly powerful tip. Call the TSA Cares helpline at least 72 hours before your flight. That number is 1-855-787-2227. When you call, explain that you are traveling with compounded or specialty medications. They will make arrangements so that an agent familiar with medical screening is available for you. That single phone call can eliminate almost all of the confusion before it even starts. All right, let us bring this together with a plan you can actually use. Before your trip, photograph every prescription label. Keep those images saved and easy to find on your phone. Print a one-page letter from your doctor listing every medication, every injectable, every compounded product, with dosages and your doctor's contact number. Pack all liquid medications, injectables, and compounded meds together in a clear bag and place that bag right on top of your carry-on so it is the first thing you can grab. At the security checkpoint, separate your powders into a bin. When you reach the officer before anything goes through the scanner, say calmly, "I am declaring medically necessary liquids and injectable medications. My labels and documentation are right here." Then hand over the letter. Let the process move forward. That is it. These rules have changed. They are going to keep changing, but you do not have to be caught off guard. You just need to know what to say, what to carry, and how to prepare before you ever get to the airport. If this video was helpful, please share it with a friend or family member who travels. They may not know any of this yet. And as always, thank you for watching, travel safe, and I will see you in the next video.